to the channel. Welcome back, folks. Today we have another cool figure to review. We have right here Legacy Blitzwing. Yeah, that is pretty cool looking right there. It's a really nice looking Decepticon. Right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you that I am really digging that face sculpt right there. Really awesome face sculpt. This thing right here really nails that G1-ish cartoon looking face sculpt. There you go. He is something that's new. I was very surprised that I got this from the mail, and he is just really striking, looking good. I like the feel of the toy. It looks kind of small, but it has a very good weight to it. So let's get going. Now he comes along with, of course, this nice little sword. He also comes along with not one, but two blasters right there. Really nice looking blaster. And he comes along with this, I don't know, I don't really know what to make of it, but it's like two giant hands that you can fit to the, you can just like make him wear that. I just really have a hard time putting it in, but it's like that. And some folks are excited about it, and some are just really going gaga over it, like, yeah, it's really cool, it's a fantastic add-on, blah blah blah. But I do not really see the appeal of that. I mean, why would you want Blitzwing to have oversized hands? And this looks like a combiner hand. It reminds me of the Bruticus Maximus combiner hands, and I don't really see the use and the purpose of it, so I am just going to throw that away. I don't need that. It's unnecessary. I mean, it's just like a justification for the price point of this toy, and it's nothing that I would want. I mean, I'm happy with what I have right now with a setup like this. That is just really cool. Articulation, very limited articulation, because there's a flap right here that limits the movement of the arms. Now you can't also move it all the way to the back because of this piece, but it can do this, and you can rotate that. The cool thing about this, though, is that you have fist swivels, and you can bend the fist like that. You have waist articulation. You can have that motion with the legs, but you cannot bend it because there is this section that stops you from doing a very far off back movement for the legs. There are some really nice features as well with the knees. Other than that, I was hoping for a thigh swivel, but there's no thigh swivel. We do have ankle tilts. There you go. Very common again with our modern Transformers. But other than that, he is a very nice looking figure in robot mode. In robot mode, mind you. I like what I'm seeing in the robot mode. So let's get him compared right off the bat with some of the earlier Blitzwings that we have gotten from Hasbro. So this is the what is this? Titan's Return Blitzwing. Yeah, this is the Headmaster Blitzwing. And before, I was really happy with this. I love the gimmick that it was a Headmaster. I like the design. It's big, but I really think that this one is more G1 looking. The paint as well, I was not really happy with the face of this. It's too dark. It's purple, while this one right here has that wonderful looking silver accent to the face. And we also have, let's not forget, our thrilling 30 Blitzwing right there. Overall, he is the smallest of the bunch, and right now I'm just going to tell you, size doesn't really cut it. I mean, the design wise for these guys, I still love them, and I'll still keep them in my collection, because that's just really how I don't really release Transformers or sell or just throw them away. It's just I just add them, even though you can see that the paint is already deteriorating on some of them, I still keep these fellas. So the face sculpt on this is really more cartoonish, like animated-ish. And I was not a big fan of that, but he was the Blitzwing for that for that line, and I wanted him, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Same goes with this fella right here. He was a really nice Blitzwing. Again, the face was not really the best part of that, but when it comes to the Legacy, oopsie, that just stand you. There you go. But when it comes to this guy, I think he really nails the whole package about being the Blitzwing in the cartoons, and I just love it. I just love this Blitzwing right here. Now, one Blitzwing can match this Hasbro Legacy figure, and that is this little Blitzwing right here, this MFT Blitzwing. As you can see, almost very similar things going on. The face, the purple, that tan, or I'm not sure what is this, like, is it tan or like desert camo? I'm not sure what the colors. I'm a little colorblind, but they look strikingly similar with the design. So if I'm not mistaken, I mean, maybe somebody took notes from someone, but definitely very similar in design right there. So there you go. Let's have another group shot. Best of friends, best of friends. There you go. So it's like a family of Blitzwings. There you have it. So there you go. We're gonna take out all the other Blitzwings. We're gonna have another size comparison. This time, let's have a size comparison between the other triple changers. So we have Octane right there, and of course, one of my recent favorites, Astro Train from the Siege line. There we go. And they look great together. This is like a fantastic, although I'm sure that there, somewhere in the pipeline, there could be a plan for an Octane somewhere there, hopefully Hasbro. But right now, I'm just digging it. I mean, just look at that. Look how cool that is. I am just happy. I'm a happy camper. Let's put these guys down the back. And someone asked me, hey, who's bigger, Megatron or Blitzwing? That's the thing. Like what I told you, size is not really the best suit or like the best quality of the Legacy Blitzwing. You can see that he is small. He is just the same size as Siege Megatron. And man, my Siege Megatron is a little dusty, but that's not the end of the world. So yeah, you could definitely see how small he is. And for the price point, again, he is expensive for something that size. Let's remove Siege Megatron. I don't have the Earthrise Megatron, the gray one, but I do have the G2 Earthrise. I mean, G2 Megatron, and this one's a lot. Well, not counting the turret, but the head is he's bigger. So he's really small. He's a small figure. But that's not a problem. I mean, the playability of this guy is just really fantastic. I was tinkering around, and just fantastic. And one thing that I really love is that I tried putting this guy right here. We've recently reviewed the Menasor figure from Deformation Man. They look great together. They look fantastic. That's a nice looking Decepticon crew, if you ask me. That's just fantastic. Alrighty, so we're gonna pause. Let's transform our Legacy Blitzwing into his tank mode and compare that tank mode with the rest of the other tanks in our collection. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, and we have finally transformed our Legacy Blitzwing into his tank mode. And honestly, I like the tank mode. I was surprised that it looked okay. The only thing that's just really bothering me is this little protrusion right here. But if you remember in the G1, there was a slight protrusion, you know, in front of the tank, especially when you try to watch that scene where Cup tried mangling the turret or the nozzle of the cannon in the movie. But it's a little long. It could have been maybe just a tad shorter. That could have been really fantastic, but honestly, it grows on you. I thought that it would be terrible, but I actually am okay with it. Now, the only thing that really drives me insane is that there is this weird thing that you can place right here. Actually, you can put two of them, but it's like a missile pod launcher, and I'm not really feeling it. There's really no need for these things right here. I mean, you can just throw that away. It's just a waste of plastic. It's kibble. It's not necessary. They could have, you know, Hasbro could have gone a better route on this. And then again, it's just really a justification on the price point on this thing. But like what I said, the tank mode is a decent tank mode. It rolls pretty well. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick comparison of this tank mode with the rest of the other tanks. So let's try to do a comparison with the tank modes from the previous Blitzwings that we have. So here we go. Yeah. And if you ask me, this is looking a lot better than the other tank modes right now. So we have here the Thrilling 30 tank mode, and we have the, yes, what do you call this, the Titan's Return with the Titan Master, of course, tank mode. And honestly, they all have their own little variations. He's a triple changer, so there's got to be some way to make the tank and the jet mode work together. And there are just really a lot of liberties that were made, you know, artistic liberty made to make that happen. And honestly, I think that this is the closest one that makes it look really like a tank with the possible function of a jet. I like especially the part that you have still the thrusters right here. That's reminiscent to the G1 Transformer. So that really looks great. So let's put the tank armada right there. Let's see how this fella fares with our G2 Megatron. There you go. Very puny compared to this massive, very colorful 90s looking tank. Just screaming 90s. It's just like, yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air right there, colors. It's crazy. Let's put that there. And here's my favorite. I really think that nothing beats this tank mode. I mean, it's a very futuristic tank mode, and I think they did a fantastic job with Siege Megatron. And he just pales in comparison with it. I mean, the black and the gray looks fantastic, but he has his own appeal. I mean, it grows on you. It will, once you have it in your hand, it's nice. It has a great heft. There's a ton of possible things that you could do with it. Honestly, you could even put the sword right here. You know, whatever floats your boat. I mean, it's your toy, right? So you could even put it here. So many ports that you could play around with. It's very, very playable. I like it. I like the tank mode. So you could even I don't know where you can actually just place it, but it's really up to you. I mean, that's just really the downside. If you put it here, sometimes the section would come loose, so you want to just be careful with that. So I usually put it down in the back like so. But yeah, it's great. Less that kibble part, which I'm really not a fan. Totally not cool. It's great. It's a great tank. So let's pause the review. Let's transform this guy into his jet mode. Alright folks, we're back and we have Blitzwing in his jet mode. So this is our Legacy Blitzwing jet mode. And honestly, it's not the best mode. I mean, it's a flying brick. And it has its appeal. Yeah, eventually you'll definitely get used to seeing it. But there's just too much things going on, you know, in the underbelly, down there. So yeah, it's not really the best mode for this. I think the tank mode is still the best alt mode, and the robot mode is still the best mode of all three modes for the triple changer. And you can put the guns on the side. I personally like to put the sword here, but you could also put it here. I just did that in the transformation, but you could kind of clip it with the wing like that, and it's a little more flush with that kind of setup. So let's try to compare this Legacy Blitzwing with the jet mode from the other Blitzwings. So here is the Titan's Return Blitzwing jet mode, and I think I love this jet mode. It's very reminiscent to a Valkyrie. I like that. And this is the the Thrilling 30 Blitzwing jet mode. There's so much exposed sections, so many gaps. I like this section right here. It's like a super Valkyrie from Macross, but other than that, yeah, it's a weak mode. So out of the three, I really think that Titan's Return Blitzwing still wins the jet mode. Look at that. It's a very nice jet. Although there are still a lot of things going on down there, but it retains that sleek, what do you call it, design of a jet. You know, I think this is a Tomcat. So this just looks great. Compared to this, of course, very spaceship looking spaceship. Reminds me of Benny from the Lego movie. Spaceship. But it's not really something that, yeah. I mean, I like this when this was the Blitzwing back then, but seeing this now and this, I mean, it's a lot better than the Thrilling 30. This thing still wins my book. Try to focus, but it's not a mode that you would like to transform him to all the time. I mean, maybe once or twice, that's cool. I'll probably keep this thing in robot mode anyway. So yeah, that's the jet mode. I mean, the colors are just really great. Reminds me of Hellbat, but other than that, it's Blitzwing. It's a flying tank brick of a transformer. So that's pretty much it. Let's pause the video. Let's have our final say. Let's transform these guys back into the robot mode, and we'll be right back. Hey folks, we're back, and we finally have Legacy Blitzwing back in his robot mode. There you go, looking fantastic in robot mode, together with his pals Astro Train and Octane, the Decepticon triple changers. And honestly, I really dig this Blitzwing in robot mode. Get him for his robot mode. That is just really the thing for this toy. I would recommend him for the triple changer line, just because he looks like the cartoon character from Transformers Generation 1. So you have that very nice looking face sculpt. He is a great robot mode. The alt mode though, the tank mode, is okay. It grows on you. It really is nice to play with. A lot of playability. But the jet mode, nah, you don't really want this for the jet mode. But again, take it, get it for the triple changers. They look fantastic. Hopefully we're going to see an updated Octane really soon. Now, final size comparison. Let's check out Blitzwing with Mighty Galvatron. And honestly, Galvatron towers over Blitzwing. He is one big bad robot, which is good because he's supposed to be the leader of these guys. And that looks a fantastic, you know, fantastic looking Decepticon party, if you ask me. Oh, hello there, Scourge. I just recently got you. We're not going to open you yet. But anyway, look at that. That is pretty much it. Really nice toy. Get it for the robot mode. Don't get it for the alt modes. It is a fantastic figure. If I would rate this, I'd probably give this an 8.5. There you go. Maybe an 8, maybe an 8.5, something in that range, but that's just really it for us today. So if you liked the video, folks, do not forget, hit that subscribe button. Thank you again for all those people that have been subscribing lately. You are the best. You are the best. You're supporting this very small channel, and we really appreciate all the likes, the subscription. So if you have not clicked on that subscription button, click it, get notified, hit the bell icon, give some comment, give some feedback. Thank you again, and remember, folks, till all are one, peace out, rock and roll.